Hi, my name's Brendan, and I've been working with Angela Nugent and Bev Nugent and their family for the last 5 or so years as a multimedia advocate. And this little video is an attempt to show the progression that we've developed over the last few years and the way that Angie started using some assistive technology to provide more choice and control. So I'll try and narrate some of the theory and the reasoning behind what we've done and why. So when I first started working with Angie and Bev, Angie used a barrel for some recreation time and time at home to relax, or just as an activity to do it while at home, and the way that she viewed the TV or listened to music or chilled out at home was through Mum having to control the tape recorder and control the TV via remote, and prompt Angie to turn it on or off, or basically pretend that she was making the TV change or the tape recorder change. So one piece of equipment that we experimented with was called a sound beam, which would allow sound waves to travel in Angie's direction. They were connected to the computer and the keyboard through a MIDI interface, and any movement that the sound waves detected were converted into notes on the keyboard. So we experimented, had a bit of fun, sort of testing Angie's awareness of her making the sounds. This was very early when I'd started working with her, and just as a fun activity and sort of trying to give her some control over creating her own music or her own sounds, and checking her understanding of her ability to do that, which she definitely showed us. She was onto it. Yeah, the personal interaction. Angie would also love just that personal interaction and conversations, of course, as anyone does, and that one-to-one time or one-to-two time. Sometimes with another staff member Angie would blossom and really come out of her shell. So this moment of her sort of realising that she was making the noise and controlling the noise was a bit of a magic moment, and a connection or an understanding, a real understanding that that she was in control.
Having a pause.
So one of the next steps we tried was using
there's not one of these here,
a button or a switch to allow Angie to control turning on or off music or video via the laptop. And so we use the big button switch connected to the laptop and a switch interface. And one of the hard things to determine in the beginning was, well, what was Angie going to enjoy, or what was she going to engage with or watch via the screen. So the thought was, the barrel that she uses and spends a lot of time controlling. I filmed some of her using the barrel, and also as a bit
Go
of
to my hand. Well done, yeah. You're listening.
I
Well
guess
done,
an activity
okay, so touch the switch.
confuse or just grab Angie's attention was to put a video of her on the screen.
Yeah, well done.
Rolling the barrel.
Well done.
So that was somewhat confusing or interesting to Ange to begin with, and hearing the sound of the barrel and seeing herself do it, but the barrel wasn't there. So we're just trying to get her attention and sort of
fantastic. Good lady.
her understanding, or check her understanding of
Okay, you're trying to push that, aren't you?
what she sees on the screen.
So Ange, push.
Yeah.
Well
And there's
done.
definitely
Well
done.
genuine interest
Good
in
job.
Well done. Yeah, well done.
the computer and in the screen, and sort of, I guess that's what we're trying to do, is
Yay!
to
I'll do it again. You gave me a clap.
interact with that.
There she is.
Who's Angela? What's your name? Angela. Yeah, well done. Well done, Ange.
Hello. Hello, Ange.
So do you want to watch
So this
some
is
more
a
video,
clip from
Ange?
at
If
home.
you do, press
Still
touch.
learning to press the switch, and we were trying to find cues that would help with Angie, figuring out that the switch connected to the computer, and she could control what she saw on the screen. She could start it or stop it or change it. So we trialled a range of different types of videos. We trialled video of Angie
Of course she understands.
using the
Something good's
the
happening.
barrel. We trialled video of Angie's sister and family singing songs to her. We trialled video and sound of nursery rhymes and songs that she knew and liked, and that her mum would sing to her. All to try and capture her attention and make it enjoyable and fun and interesting for her to want to see more on the screen.
Go on, Ange, touch.
Touch. Touch. Bugger.
A big part of all of this has been that I've sort of had help to set up the tools and
The
the
touching, but it
equipment
didn't
and
work, Angela.
troubleshoot, but a lot of the work
Try again.
happened at home with Mum, Bev and Angie working together to
More
try
music,
and
Ange?
make it
More
work
music?
and
More
practice.
music.
And
Excellent.
there were some
What word?
times that the technology didn't work and I'd get blamed. So but it was all a bit of
More
trial and
music,
error to
Ange?
begin with, in terms of
More music?
finding what worked
More
best for
music?
Angie. We also realised
Excellent.
that
Go on, further.
her
More
environment
music.
and her setup was most important. So hence the reason for sort of doing this more frequently and doing it from home. Because having the switch in the correct position, we needed it to be within reach for Angie and the screen for her to see, to be in a position that she could see easily. And this all led to her environment and where she usually did these activities being adapted and set up and tailored for her.
More music, Ange?
We also tried, and introduced
More music?
more switches. So we used one switch, and the aim was always to be able to
Excellent
introduce a
touching.
second switch to
Again,
allow
but
more
nothing
control
happened.
and more
You did
choice.
beautiful work.
So that might be for changing the video, or going forward or backwards in a playlist of music or songs. We adjusted the sensitivity of the switches, so if we could set the delay on the switch to if she hit the switch several times, rather than it starting and pausing and becoming frustrating for her, we'd set a short, I think it was a half a second delay so that if the switch is pressed several times, it doesn't activate it. It does it after half a second. And from what Bev has told me and sort of observing Angie with this activity, she definitely feels an ownership, and you know, it's her area, it's her switch. She has control. She lets people know if they're in her space. She pushes you away. She doesn't want you interfering with what her setup is. We've tried to also introduce new content that, you know, that she wants to engage with, but she also has favourite things that she likes to watch, which help to help her and her family to get about their daily lives and daily activities in terms of going out and about. And this is her setup as it is today. So I hope that gives a little bit of an overview of some of the things that we've tried, and we'll be trying further into the future.